Hello and welcome to the fifth round of UL here in Paul Ricard. We're coming after a great race in Imola, where we've seen LSA pulling a 1-2 and taking the lead in the constructors. In case we want to see any competition for the second half of the race, the other teams will have to step the level up and get a load of points in here and stop LSA from any further conquests. As we see the drivers now completing their first quali, with Buddha taking the provisional pole, with Nuno 0.2 right behind. ChargeGT is also having a good first lap. Nandi is very low. Probably he was on an out lap. Danny the same thing on 13th, right below him. Interesting to see Cado and Cadre on 4th and 5th. Roseni on 6th. As we see the second
Well,
round of
Danimator's back up to 4th there, so that's good. He had a slow first lap, but he is
Yeah.
the one chasing down Nuno in the standings, just 10 points behind him.
Yes, a good result in this round will make him rest well for the mid-season. We don't see any changes in the top two. We do see Corey now on 3rd and then on 4th. You are 5th, increasing his time. And with the final lap, we are going to see Buda in pole. Everyone else seems to have completed their rounds except Worries, but now he's done it as well. And so Buda will be taking the pole position in this race, with Nuno in the rival team, who is currently in the lead in the constructors, on 2nd place. Corvid 3rd for FGR, who are still in the counts for a championship if they have great results. Cado on 4th for Rapid Motorsport. That's a good result for him. Danimator on 5th. Not that far away from his teammate on the pole. More interesting is to see Yua on 6th, ChargeGT, and Kraft for Scuderia Paracaro 6th, 7th, and 8th. Cad on 9th, dropping slightly after his better lap, better first lap. Anti on 10th, and just outside of top 10 we see Frozeni for Flow Force, Matimar for Neon Sunset, 6th Sexliger for Lynx, Hernandi on 14th. That's a surprising result, a negative surprise. Geruni on 15th, Grandi on 16th, Figo on 17th, and Uris on the last position.
I think Nuno might be setting the grid right now. Okay, I
well,
assume
that confirms it.
10% brain, yeah, everything seems fine.
Vlad, are you recording too or just commentating?
No, I'm actually recording.
Okay.
Well, I should have. Hold on. Can I check something? Yeah, okay, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
You can't stream though, eh?
I think I can actually stream, if that's okay with you.
If you can stream, then I can record the secondary view.
I mean, it's fine by me. I can do both. I can do neither. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
too late,
stream
too
if you
late.
can. Okay.
All right, on to the race now. Lights are now out and away we go. We are gonna have a wet start, but it's gonna dry out very soon. Buddha keeping it in the first place after the first turns, and Kado makes a mistake. Huge mistake, a big pack behind of cars after the carnage in the first hairpin. Now Kado is trying to make something out of the chaos. Oh, he pushes the animator below all the way now to 6th in the fighting. Oh, Jerun is being shoved a bit by Jerun. Oh, what happened in the back? Corvid and Nandi had an incident. That will make Nandi's attempt to climb back even more difficult after having another so great start. The animator now on 4th, climbing it up after the incident in the first lap. Antti making it all the way to 5th after finishing 10th in the quali. Kraft 6th. Yua keeps it on 7th with charge and Frozeni behind. And now everyone is going to pit. Now the actual tire strategies are going to start up. Unless Jeru and Corvid actually started on fresh tires, yes. That was an odd choice, but for now it seems to be working for him as he's on 6th place now. Jeru is still on the inters on that. Yeah, he made a mistake now as the track dried out. He's going to lose several places. We already have a front pack with Buddha and Nuno in the lead pack. Antti is now all the way to 3rd, having an amazing start. The animator wants to fight him, as well as Kado, and now they're going side by side. No, not Kado gives up, and Kado makes a mistake which pushes Kraft and Corvid behind from the animator. The animator and Antti have now a chance to just leave and have a battle alone. Maybe sleep each other for the time being. Let's go further down to see what's happening. Urist made it all the way to 10th. What an amazing start for him. And he is in the lead of his own pack with Carl behind Grandi, Matimar and Nandi still in 14th, not really managing to push himself further. He won the last race. This is a nightmare start for him. It's interesting to see if he makes it back. Geruni, after his intern not pitting, has made it all the way to 18th. And we are gonna have more rain. Heavy rain is being announced, so everyone is going to be pitting. And the rain comes right along, which gives everyone who managed to pit straight away an advantage. Everyone is struggling with the dry tires on a wet track. Let's see maybe the front. Yes, Nuno has actually managed to overtake Buddha right as he's pitting, so he will have the lead of the race on the right tires. Antti also managed to pit on the 3rd place. Now pretty much stabilizes himself on 3rd place, no matter what strategy he uses to have. The animator on 4th, Kraft 5th, Charge on 6th, Corvid on 7th after being along with Antti. Now he has dropped slightly because of all the mess. A huge pack behind Kado. Now all going throughout the chicane. Matti and Seger had an issue. And now they're trying to go 3 wide through the final hairpins of the track, which creates a huge incident in which Hernandi tries to take advantage. Yuval falls drastically. And it's just Cal now in that pack, surviving for now. Hernandi made a big achievement, a big lead in ninth now, after all that mess. Let's go back into the front and see what's happening. the animator and Anti are actually catching up on Nuno. Probably it is kind of a good idea for Buddha to slow down Nuno, because the animator will be able to catch up. It's going to be a 2v1 situation. Anti is taking advantage of Danny's attempt to catch Buddha by just sleeping him. The Scuderias are having a great race right now on 5th and 6th, but Corvi is going to now attempt to catch one of them. Let's go back to the main lap pack where we have Hernandi, Kado, and Kado fighting. Hernandi makes a mistake. He went a bit too wide there and got pushed out. Kado and Kado are now the only ones fighting for 8th place. Hernandi dropped all the way down to Yuva 60 here and Mati for 10th place, who are fighting ferociously one against the other. They will soon catch Hernandi as well. Kado tries to make a move on Kado now.
Right now we got Danimator is closing in on Buddha and Nuno. He's got Nuno in the slipstream and Buddha's taking the lead of the race.
Yes, and another fact is that Antti has now dropped the sleep of Danny. So if he wants to ever catch up the lead now, he has to have the pace to do it. Nuno is now in a dangerous situation in which he has to deal with two May drivers around him. The 2v1 is going to be very difficult for him to keep himself alive. Antti decides to go for another lap. It's a risk, but it might work out if there's maybe another rain announcement. I don't see any other way it working out. No, it's not going to happen. Antti will certainly lose a lot of time now. Buddha is in the lead of the race with Nuno. Nuno will have to fight two people at the same time for mostly the rest of the race. Corvid makes a mistake, or maybe he got shoved in. Not very certain. This will keep the Paracaros together for the time being. Yuva has catched up all the way to 8th. Kado has lost Yuva. Nandi is still in 10th. Yeah, nothing else happening in the totem. Antti is now. I'm gonna see the conclusion of
doing
Antti
out there on the wet tires still.
There's still Yuva on wet tires. That's crazy. He will have to pit and he will lose a lot of time from this gamble. Antti lost plenty of time and now he's on 5th place, but what about Yuva? He will lose even more for staying for that long. And now we see the animator and Nuno fighting. Buddha dropped considerably. He must have had a mistake somewhere or something must have happened to him. And now it's just Nuno versus the animator for the time being. The animator lets Nuno by and now he is currently leading the race for as long as Danny doesn't manage to pull a move on him. I don't see why this would actually work out for him because he has the weaker tire. But maybe he just wants to slow it down so Buddha can catch up. Antti seems to be very content in just sleeping crap for the time being. Corvid has now managed to overtake Charge for 6th place and is slowly making it all the way to Craft. Actually, shrinking the gap. Hernandi is now on 8th. He has managed to overtake Kado and who have now met each other again and might soon battle once more. Got a big pack in here with Kado, 6YG and Matimar. So Zeni just behind them. Figo 15th. Urist had a very good start, but now he dropped all the way to 16th. Yuva after his wet gamble, he's on 17th. And Jero on 18th, he still hasn't managed to recover from that Inter gamble. The animator is now in the lead. Nuno is trying to fight back. It wasn't quite work. Buddha is catching up. That'll make Nuno's life even worse. Soon we'll have to pit. Hopefully he will be managed to stay out for a long time for him to just pit. The animator and Buddha are both on hards, so their pit time will be much later on. It'll be interesting to see which of the two will play out better. Antti has now overtook Kraft, probably intended, as now Antti has the better tire. Oh, there was a mistake happening from Antti right as I left him. Antti made a mistake and went into the grass right there and lost a significant amount of time. Corvid is now pitting, heading for some mediums, and Nandi will take another place from that, but he will soon have to pit. Corvid is now just in front of Matti. Oh god, yes. Matti attempted to move on Corvid and Ping made Matti go wide and into the grass. And now we're gonna see some pitting. Nuno is pitting for some softs, while Kraft is going to pit for mediums. Nuno is now on 4th place, while Kraft is now on 6th. Hasn't really lost that much in positions, but he has quite some gap to catch up to catch his teammate. Though he will soon have to pit as well, so it's going to be a matter of time to see which tactic is going to work out. In the lead, we have the two Mayhems, Buddha and Danny, trying to slip one another. There is no fighting. They seem to be collaborating quite all right, but they're making quite some mistakes. Nuno and Antti are also collaborating. Nuno is now in the front. Antti is much more glad just having his sleep, as his tires are not really in the best position. He will probably have a few more laps, probably one, maybe even two, before he will have to pit as well. Chargechi goes for another lap, and that'll be interesting to see if Kraft will gain, how much Kraft will gain from in against Charge. Kado is now on 7th, soon to pit. Corvid on 8th with 60 degree right behind. Fernande dropped again to 10th, probably because he pitted. Kad, Roseni, Matimar. Oh, let's see who pitted. Kado pitted and Chargeti now pitted. Yeah, the gap is now 4 seconds between the two, and now he is stuck in a battle with 60 degree and Corvid, who seem to be willing to attack each other. 60 degree has done a mistake now. Corvid tries to take advantage of that now, going on the outside. 60 degree managed to fend it off, but not for long, as Corvid takes the lead. And now, oh no, but 60 wants to do it, try back, but doesn't work out. Corvid has now charged sleep, but seems to be willing for the time being to stay behind him. Kraft, right now he's making a mistake, which enables Antti to be in front. No other significant changes. Nuno is now in the lead after the two Mayhem cars have pitted with a 4-second gap, but there's more to be accounted of for now. Interesting to see how the animator has decided to change the strategy. While Buddha is going for the softs, the animator is going to go for the mediums. They don't want to pit at the same time. With that in mind, Antti is now basically dropped to 4th. Even though he has a new tire, he will have a lot of catch up. And Andy is back now into 7th, Corvid right behind. Frozeni is now pitting. He will lose a significant amount of positions as from 9th all the way to 13th, maybe 14th. The people are still close. Considering he's now trying a move on Mati. Mati's letting him do it. Now he's in 11th. Let's see what else is happening in here. Yua has dropped all the way to 18th. Urist on 17th. And Jeruni has managed to climb a few places now. On 16th. Kadr, I think he pitted just now. And he's right behind his teammate Frozeni, who is was also very pitted pretty much last lap. And he's in a fight with Figo. He will not be able to catch him most likely, but he will sure as well try. Corvid has some very worn out tires. He will soon have to pit, as well as Nandi. They seem to be bouncing around the 7th and 10th place, as they did not have the best start, and for Nandi neither the best quali. Nandi has managed to jump out of Kraft's sleep now. Kraft is unable to sleep Antti, who has now the advantage in the tires. And Kraft is losing a lot of time with those mediums right now. He will have to pit soon, and his teammate has actually managed to catch him now. Corvid and Nandi have not pitted yet. Yeah, because this is the lap when I said it. Okay. Kraft has now pitted as well. He will drop all the way to 7th, maybe even more, as there seems to be 4 cars alongside one another. They still manage to keep it together for now. Now Nandi in the lead. Corvid is going to attempt a move. He might not know where Nandi is. Corvid takes the lead. No one got hurt. Corvid made a mistake then on the inside. Nandi tries now on the inside move on the second hairpin. No. Corvid fights back. And Nandi, with a slight touch of the grass, loses the lead once again to Corvid. Frozeni is very close to the 2. Oh, he makes a mistake on the grass. He's no longer within reach. Nandi and Corvid are now their own rivals at this point. Nandi makes another mistake, which leaves Corvid to catch Kado's slip before Nandi. But Kado doesn't really have the best tires, so he's more like an obstacle in this fight. Yeah, nothing else happening at this point, except right in the lead where Animator has now catched on Nuno. Nuno probably had to pit at some point, which helped the Animator catch up, but he will also have to pit very soon. So Nuno is safe for now, even if the Animator is in the lead. Buddha on third after pitting. He had a soft tire, which forced him to pit much earlier than all the others. Charge GT now 5th, 6th goes to Kraft. Corvid and Hernandi are still having their fight on 7th, 8th. Corvid trying to defend on Hernandi. Hernandi touches the grass. It still has a better exit, which gives Hernandi the lead. And now Charge, after pitting, is right behind Hernandi. Right in front of Hernandi. Hernandi now makes the overtake happen. Corvid will also try that, I assume, because he really wants that place. He really needs it. leader in 9th. And he has now pitted and did not really lose much except Kraft, 1 position. Charge actually is fighting back with Hernandi. He's not letting Hernandi go away so easily. And Hernandi makes a mistake which lets Charge be now in 5th, 6th. Hernandi is still trying to fight back. Corvid does a major mistake and now he's about to be overtaken by his 6th leaguer as well. Yes, he is also overtaken by him. That's not what he needed, that's for sure. He will have to try to catch up with the rest, but that might be it for him. Antti is now in the middle of the newer fight with Charge and Hernandi. Still trying to fight on with them, but his tires are just not good anymore, so he'll have to go to pit. Corvid decides to stay up for 1 more lap. That was Hernandi's final pit, I presume. As from now on, he will have to do what can be done with that final soft tire. He has pitted for 6 times. A very aggressive strategy. Same goes for Nuno. He has also pitted 6 times, and now he is on his final stint with Danimator right behind him, and Buddha in the lead with those hards. So it'll be interesting to see if Nuno is going to be able to catch up to Buddha. Danimator's job is going to be to either overtake him or just slow him down so he cannot make it to Buddha. Charge in 4th, and he's actually fighting with Andy over it, who are now on equal tires, so this is a direct fight between the two. Fight for 4th place. Antti had a very good race despite of a not so promising quali. And Andy on 7th. He could catch Kraft if he makes a mistake, but it's going to be very difficult for him to do anything from this position. Same goes for Sextiger. He has to have a really good pace to catch anyone up. They're very isolated at this point. Corvid's attempt of workout did not work out. He is not within reach of anyone at this point. In the back for 10th place, Cad, Figo and Cado are still closely tight, still trying to fight over it. Cad is for now managing to keep hold, as Figo and Cado are also having their own internal fight in there. Cado is now in the lead. Cado has the better tire in between him and Figo, and he's putting that to advantage. And Card makes a mistake which will screw him up. Oh, but now we are gonna have rain, and it's a light rain, so most of the people will now have to decide whether it's worth to pit or not. Frozeni says yes, it's enough for me to pit. Nuno, Danny, and Buddha have also pitted. Nobody is taking a risk except Charge. Charge is taking the risk, and Kraft as well.
Oh yeah, both the SCPs are staying out. They're gonna chance it. They've got nothing to lose. They want the podium.
Yes, they won the podium, and oh god, this could be actually working out perfectly for them. They just have to still have some kind of pace with these tires while the rain is still on.
Brilliant. They're gonna pull it off.
Nuno is pitting for softs. Buddha and Danny are gonna try to finish the track on their interns. And now the SCPs are right behind him. They have a chance to actually take on Nuno. Not quite. I think he's still too far, and yeah, Nuno has the pace advantage. They are a bit too far. Unless they actually seem to be shrinking the gap right now. Danny and Buddha are still far. Nuno will just have one more lap to see if he can actually catch them.
Nandy's got anti-amazing as well for 6th.
And Danny makes a mistake. Nuno is now closing in to Danny, but Danny can still manage to keep it up. Maybe he can just slow Nuno down so Buddha can still win the race. Kraft and Charles GT are still... nah, they're not gonna be able to get the podium.
This
from
section
their
could
strategy.
slow down Danimator.
Danny,
Right here, these turns,
now
Nuno's
he
going to be
makes
able to
a
get him.
mistake. Nuno now trying to go side by side, but is it enough? Is it enough? They are tied. They are tied. That's a tie. With Buddha winning the race. Antti being screwed out by the rain. He was all the way to 4th. Now he dropped to 6th after deciding that he has to pit for the rain. Fernandi, unfortunately, his gamble did not really do anything. He still remained on 7th. Ziegler on 8th. Let's see if anything else happens. No, everyone else has managed to finish. So they are off to see the final scoreboard and see what happened. And so Buddha takes the win in Paul Ricard in one hectic final laps with the rain messing a few people up in their strategies. Nuno and Danny have ended up in with the same time on the board. It will have to be decided who is going to be in for the 2nd place, if they can even be untied. On 4th place and 5th, the Scuderia Paracaros have managed to get one more place with the help of their great guess when the light rain came. Antti, one of the biggest losers in the final laps, decided that there's no worth risking it and wanted to just pit for interns, and then it turned out it was going to be a fake rain. Fernandi, despite trying to stay outside, he did not get anything from it. Sexy Digger on 8th, had a pretty normal race for him. Corvid on 9th, he was fighting with Fernandi, but then made a major mistake which just dropped him severely. Figo on 10th, he seems to be the one who's going to take the final position in the top 10. Fighting with Kado, who finished on 11th, and Kad on 12th, who was for the most part in the lead of this gap, but then he made a mistake at the very end. Mati on 13th, Grandi on 14th, 15th to Yua, who just had he just attempted a gas with the rain, hoping that the rain will start again, and stood on wets on dry for 2 laps, which really dropped him severely. Frozeni on 16th, Urist 17th, and Jeru eventually still making it to 18th. And so we conclude the 5th round of UL. Stay tuned for the next round.